Hey everyone, it's book review time. I'm going to be reviewing You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Callan Bayron. This author is a fun author to read. In this one here, we have Charity and her summer staff, and they actually run an interesting camp. It's actually a full contact terror game, and it's based on a slasher film that was filmed on that same spot in the 1980s. And the whole point of the game is to terrorize their guests who sign up for the full experience. And naturally, the guests, they don't necessarily read the full disclosure package. They don't understand that they can be terrorized, they can be pushed around and things like that. Charity herself has the role of the final girl, and she also runs the camp. Towards the end of the season, however, Charity has learned that 3 of her main staff members have gone missing. They've just simply disappeared, and she just doesn't know what's going on or what's happening, and this is where we pick up the story. At a very surface level, this book was really fun to read. It was very short, maybe 220 pages, and I love cheesy 80s slasher kind of things. It's something that I enjoy, and this book definitely has all of that. It has lots of reference to the 80s, has lots of reference to those slasher films. So I really did like that kind of stuff, but that's kind of my thing. I grew up in the 80s. That was my teenage years. So all those kind of movies are really my jam, so to speak. Like I said, the writing was engaging, but reality is, while the story did start strong, there were some issues with it. I did find that the second half of the story took a twist that I really didn't think, like, I was really hoping that she wouldn't go. It kind of went to this sort of paranormal way, and you either have to commit when you go that way. You can't just go half-assed, and she kind of, I really feel like the author didn't really know which way she wanted to go, and if you don't really commit, it really doesn't succeed, and I really don't think that the second half of the story really succeeded. So therefore, I actually felt like the villains seemed kind of silly sometimes, and I really felt like the motivations for what they did just didn't always make sense, and there were lots of gaps in the stories because of this. One of my biggest issues, though, was the fact that we have these 3 missing summer camp staff, and the rest of the staff just kind of go, oh, where'd they go? Oh, they just left the camp. But the camp is out nowhere. It's 40 minutes away. There's no cars. The camp is locked at night, and nobody even questioned where they went. They didn't go looking for them. They didn't go into their bunk to see where they were, to find out any information. They just kind of shrugged their shoulders and just went on their day as if there was nothing. And I did have an issue with that. I mean, they're 18 years old. You think they would have at least checked to see anything. And it also has one of the tropes that I don't like. The whole rules thing. As soon as you get that don't go in the lake or don't go in the forest thing, I just go, well, let's break that rule. Why can't you go into the lake? And it was never fully explained. However, in the end, like I said, the story was fun. Overall, I did enjoy it. I did read it in just a couple hours. Like I said, it's not very long. And for anyone who's actually just getting into horror, this is actually a really good book to start with, because it's not that deep. There's not a lot of gore in it. Very little, in fact. And there is that creepy factor for it, so this may be a great place for you to start if you're looking to